Hello, 3A student. I'm sorry that I need to take a sick leave today. And then I will go through these chapter series with you, and part of the session will appear in OT. Okay, let's start our lesson. For the first and to page 1 to page 3, I hope you can read it on your own, and it is quite simple and have some background information about these topics. And let's start in page 4, which is related to the physical quantities with their corresponding symbols and the symbol units. And let's consider time. The symbol of time, I will use a small letter t to describe physical quantities of times, and the unit of time is seconds, and the unit symbol is s. For length, distance, and displacement, the symbol used to represent the physical quantity is s, and the unit for the physical quantities of length, distance, and displacement should be m, meter. And for mass, the physical quantity of mass, we will make use of m to describe the mass, and its corresponding unit and symbol is kilogram. For temperature, I will use capital letter T to describe temperature, and the corresponding unit is degrees Celsius, or sometimes we may make use of Kelvin to describe the unit, and the concept of Kelvin will be described in senior form physics. For electric current, the symbol of it is I, and the unit ampere, we will use a unit symbol A to represent the unit of ampere. For speed or velocity, we will use V to stand for the physical meaning of speed and velocity, and the unit is meter per second. And maybe some students come across with this unit by using m per second. They are totally the same, but use different kinds of mathematical description to describe the meter per second. And next, the symbol of acceleration is a. The unit symbol is m per second squared. Or sometimes some student may use the symbol like this. For frequency, the symbol is F, and then the unit is hertz. Weight, as it is a kind of force, the symbol of it is F, and the unit is the same as force, which is Newton. As I told you about the concept of weight is a kind of force, and therefore for force the unit is the same as weight, also Newton. And next we will describe the unit conversion. For example, for this one, we will make use of some prefix to describe the unit conversion. Maybe some unit conversion we should consider the prefix. For example, the K prefix K stands for 10 to the power of 3, and therefore for the question example 1, 3.2 kilometers should be represented by, because K is 10 to the power of 3, and therefore in fact 3.2 km is equal to 3.2 times 10 to the power of 3, which is equals to 3,200 meters. And the following examples, I think you can read it on your own. And then let's discuss with the next page. The next page I will finish the questions with you, and then I think you should be able to finish the further exercise, which will be distributed in this lesson. And first of all, I would like to describe some basic prefix with you. The most usual prefix we use should be K, C, and M. And sometimes we may make use of mu. Okay, for K, it stands for 10 to the power of 3. C stands for 10 to the power of minus 2. M stands for 10 to the power of minus 3. And mu stands to the power of 10 to the power of minus 6. Which indicate that when sometimes we come across with this one, it is equal to 10 to the power of 3 meters. 1 cm is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. 1 mm, it is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. And similarly, 1 mu m, which is equals to 10 to the power of minus 6 meter. And sometimes we may not use meter because sometimes we may describe the weight instead of length. Then the concept will change into like this. For describing weight, if 1 kilogram, it is equals to this. Similarly, same concept. I think most of you can get the ideas. And let's start the unit conversion. And I will show you how to convert the unit into a larger scale or smaller scale. Let's move to the following part. For example A, very simple. You just directly use this concept, and finally you will get the answer. Should be like this. But for usual practice, I will teach you the ways so that you can tackle all the questions of unit conversion. For these examples, 40 km. Since we would like to eliminate the unit of km, therefore we will divide the km so that we can simplify, cross them out. And then we want to convert it into meter, and therefore if we would like to convert km to meter, we would like to cancel out km and times m, so that finally the product after these times together, the unit will become meter. However, we need to make this part so that it is equals to 1, and so as to make sure that the value will not be changed. Then let's consider 1 km, since 1 kilometer is equals to 10 to the power of 3 meters, and therefore 1 km and 10 to the power of 3 meters is equals to 1. And we make use of this concept. We can use this ways to do the energy conversion questions. Since this is equals to 1, 40 kilometers times 1 should be equals to 40 kilometers. But by using this equation, we can cancel out km, and finally we can have the following result, which is similar to the upper part method. Similarly, for this one, G stands for 10 to the power of 9, and therefore you may easily convert the unit like this, which is quite simple. And if you would like to use the method that I introduced in part A, you can do it like this. We would like to eliminate gigahertz and times. We would like to convert it into hertz. Since 1 gigahertz is equals to 1 to 10 to the power of 9 hertz, which means that 1 gigahertz, and time to the power of 9 hertz have such kind of equation. And therefore, this is 10 to the power of 9, this is 1, this part is equals to 1, and finally, we will have the following result. Question 3, a bit difficult, and then we use the similar method. 0.056 meter, we would like to convert this into μm, and so we need to eliminate the unit of meter, and since 1 μm is equal to 10 to the power of minus 6 meter, and then therefore 1 μm divided by 10 to the power of 6 meter is equals to 1. By make use of the product times 1, the result will be like this. By using calculator, the answer should be 56,000 millimeter. And then similarly for question 4, 0.024 meters square, we would like to eliminate meters square and times cm square, which means that we have to make this part into 1. Since 1 meter, 1 cm, maybe this is easier, is equals to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. If we take square on both sides, it's become 1 cm square, and right hand side will become 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square, and therefore 1 cm square divided by 10 to the power of minus 4 meters square is equals to 1. By using this concept and put it into the equation, the final answer should be equals to 240 cm square. Let's move to question 3. Quite difficult part, and then it is 300 meter per second. Maybe write the unit like this should be more easier. First step, we need to eliminate meter, and then I would like to convert the unit of length to km. We need to change this part into 1. We have to think what number need to put in this part and in this part. And then also don't forget the unit of time. We don't want s, and we would like to convert it into hour, and therefore we need to consider the value should be put in this part, and to make it equals to 1. Let's finish it step by step. For the length, which is this part, since 1 kilometer is equals to 10 to the power of 3 meters, and therefore 1 kilometer divided by 10 to the power of 3 meters should be equals to 1. And we put the number like this to make this part into 1. And then let's consider the part related to time, and 1 hour equals to 60 minutes, and 1 minute equals to 60 seconds, and therefore 1 hour is equals to 3,600 seconds, which means that 360 seconds over 1 hour is equals to 1. This is 360, and this is 1, and this part is equals to 1. By using calculator, we can eliminate seconds and eliminate meter and make the units become km per hour. And finally, we can use our calculator to calculate the result, and the result is 1080 kilometer per hour. For this part, make use of the same concept, 50 km per hour. Finally, we would like to make it into meter per second, which means that we have to eliminate km, and then I would like to change it into meter, and then I would like to eliminate hour, and then change it into per second. For this part, 1 km equals to 10 to the power of 3 meters, and 10 to the power of 3 meters divided by 1 km is equals to 1. And therefore, we fill in the number here. For this part, 1 hour equals to 3,600 seconds. And then 1 hour divided by 3,600 seconds is equals to 1. By using calculator, we can find that the number should be equals to 13.9 meter per second, and this should be the answer. Question 7. 400 meter per minute. We have to convert it into meter per second. Since the length still is, we use the unit of meter as the unit of length, we no need to convert meters, which means we just directly convert the units of time. It should be okay. Since 1 minute equals to 60 seconds, 1 minute divided by 60 seconds should be equals to 1. And therefore the answer should be 6.67. Make sure that it is equals to 1. For the final 2 questions, this one, we would like to convert it, we just need to convert it into kJ, and then degrees Celsius is kept unchanged. Therefore, we just need to times joule, divided by joule, and times kilojoule. Since 1 kilojoule equals to 10 to the power of 3 joule, and finally 1 kilojoule divided by 10 to the power of 3 joule is equals to 1. And therefore the answer should be 4.2 kilojoule per degree Celsius. Let's come to the final questions. 1000 kilogram per meter cube. We would like to convert into gram per millimeter cube. Okay, which means that we have to eliminate kg times 3. We also would like to eliminate meter cube and give it back the millimeter cube. For this one, 1 kg equals to 10 to the power of 3 joule. 10 to the power of 3 joule divided by 1 kg equals to 1. for this part, 1 millimeter equals to 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. And if both sides give them a cubic, 1 millimeter cube is equals to 10 to the power of minus 9 meter cube. And therefore, 10 to the power of minus 9 millimeter cube as a meter cube divided by 1 millimeter cube is equals to 1. And finally, is give the answer of 1 times 10 to the power of minus 3. These are the contents and related to OT, and please study it hardly, and then also please finish the further exercise related to unit conversion. Chapter 08, unit conversion, and hand in to me on Friday morning assembly. And the remaining time, you may use the remaining time to finish and discuss with your classmate about this exercise. And if you have any difficulties, you can WhatsApp me. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.